How to turn your bedroom tracks into huge masters. Next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. Hey you guys, quickly before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And don't forget to check out the Doctor's Lounge, my store, and the links to some great samples below in the description of this video. A little longer video this week. I tried to edit it down, but felt that every part was worth showing in this vague and sometimes elusive subject of taking an idea and turning it into a huge master in your home studio. Watch this. All right, you guys, a lot of the videos I show are of mix tips or techniques to show once the song is kind of developed and in place, and I'm really just putting the final touches and the final things on it before I send back to the artist for tweaks. But let me show you this week some things to kind of take the demo and make it more grand, make it more like a record. These are some tracks that were sent to me. They just want me to fill it out, make it a record, turn their demo into a record as a producer and a mixer. So let me play you. We're going to go through the intro here. Let me show you what they've got, what they sent me. Everything you've seen on the screen is what they've sent. They sent a great drum program, a cool bass program that I've already modified a little, but not much. And let's go through the intro, listen to this, and then let's build it up like a record. Here we go. Okay, so the drums are just roughed in. I just have Easy Drummer 3 going with, this is, I think it's called the Rock Hard add-on pack. Super cool. And I've also, to add space, we've talked about this before, I have added this Tambourine Sample to give it some depth because it's got a lot of plate on it, Valhalla plate, which looks like this. So listen to the depth this tambourine creates. It immediately takes the track like this because the drums are in a small room, so I'm getting this depth, and then with the tambourine I'm getting much more depth that's coming from the rear of the track. Obviously these drums will probably be modified and built up even bigger when the chorus comes or whatnot, but I just wanted to show you this is a starting point. This is how I start to build. I knew that it needed some depth, and a tambourine is always something great. So in the intro, we have a very U2 sounding guitar, but in my opinion, it's going way too long before the verse starts. And even though I need to make sure that this is the focus of the intro, I need to build it out a little. So let's go to Omnisphere. Now I'm like swimming with no scuba gear on here. Nothing to save me. So this is all in front of you. So if I mess up, that's how it goes. And let me get a pad sound. Let's put some depth behind this U2 part without getting in the way because we want it to be the focus. So let's go to pads and strings, and this could be any synth, any hardware synth, software synth. I'm not necessarily showing that it's got to be this pad. It just needs to be something that we can create some depth behind that U2 part. This is one I've used before, Afterglow, and I like it. Something dreamy in the back. Let's start at the top here. All right, so I've messed that up, but let's go in. Let's quantize these parts. I'm going to drag that to the line there because I know all of these started on the downbeats of the bars. And I think this is the note I messed up. So now, let's listen to this. Now that's where the vocal comes in, so I want to give him his space. Here's where the bass comes in, but I think we could bring the pads back in, and because it's the same keyboard, it's the same changes on the keyboard. Let me copy these up here and paste them and see what happens.
Briefly beautiful, they slowly spin and paint the great divide.
All right, I like that. We've created some space. We've created some depth. Let me save that. Let's go for something. Let's duplicate that track just because I want to use Omnisphere again. Delete the part. And let me find something that is beefy. A low pad for underneath. Let's see what we've got here. I'm just going to go through some presets. That's terrible. Let's go for, let's look here. Maybe like a low synth. All right. Let's take that down an octave. Let's try to put that underneath and then we'll tweak the sound. All right, let's go in. Let's fix our mistakes, quantize. I have a lot of plugins going on. So my buffer setting is kind of hard to be programming synths right now, but now there's a lot of top end on this that I don't need. I want more of the growl. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now, there's a part I'm hearing in between these lines. Because we've got, still the focus is the U2 guitar. We've got depth, and then we've got something in the lower part, and this is creating tension, and our verse will be the release. Now, it's not mixed yet, so our transition mix-wise may sound a little off, but instrumentation-wise, at this point in the song, is we want to get something big with tension, and then come down to the verse, but not so far down that we're losing something. That's in the mix side. We're just doing the instrumentation right now. So let me go. I'm hearing kind of a piano thing. So let me go to, let's go to Tune Track, Easy Keys. This is pretty good piano for the kind of thing I want to do here. So let's open this up. Let's go to Grand Piano. Let me try this in the hole. All right, let's fix these notes because of our buffer. There, 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 and let's also play an octave up of these. So I just copied these notes and drug these up here, so we're playing both of them at the same time. Could even add a fourth note. So let me All right, so now we're getting some majestic quality, but let's put some delay on these to make it even more spacious. So I'm going to use the delay as an insert. Go stereo. H delay is fantastic. 8-note delay may be good because that's what the guitar 8th-note delay thing is doing, but it could get in the way. So let's find out. I want to turn this analog sound crap off. Here's my dry and wet. Let's see what we get. All right, now we've taken an intro with just a U2 guitar and we've built it up to be majestic and come down to the verse. Let's see if there's something else we can do. Let's go back up here, duplicate this part again. Let's go to another pad and let's see what else we've got. Let's go to, I don't know, air glass. No idea how it sounds. A little bit of harmony maybe. Let's try this. Pretty cool. Let's go back in and let's fix these. Quantize. Now this part is kind of tucked in because it's low in volume, and these notes are kind of mid-low notes. So let's do something. Okay, so I've added like a radio voice type sound, a radio an AM radio type sound. Let's try to do something else too. Let's go to manipulator, and let's see if we screw something up, if it sounds cool. This is a really cool plugin by Infected Mushroom. This is what I would do. I would go through the presets. Hey, search and seek, and you will find. Let me save that. Now, to explode kind of into that verse a little bit, let's add one more instrument. Let's go to the riser. Now, this could be anything that will take you into that verse. It could be a cymbal swell or whatever, but let's take our big moment, make it bigger, out. So what is we have in the riser here? That's terrible. Let's get rid of that. And let's find a sample. And I know that I've got some cool samples on my E drive. Down here, Vengeance Electro. Let's look through these effects. That one said cool next to it, so I probably thought that was cool at one point. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put it down here on our last note. I'm going to make sure it locks to the grid, quantize. Now, let me turn it down a little. I have no idea how this is going to sound. Let me move it over to here. Well, there you go. Now, our intro was this. And now we've made a big statement like a record. Obviously, we're in production, programming, playing stage, so that transition sounds like it loses a lot of energy because when the vocal comes in, it's just basically vocal and drums. But as we go on through the song, we find these areas to build up, and make them what they need to be. And that's how you take a demo. You just realize things that could be there. I had some terrible ideas along the way here, and I had some that I think will work. So as I go through the song, I already have a nice synth palette here that could show up in other places, like here.
Briefly beautiful, slowly.
Maybe this one would go down here as well. Let me see. Let's line it up. That starts here. Or maybe it's too much.
Briefly beautiful, slowness.
No, I definitely don't want that. Maybe there's a place for our line here.
Briefly beautiful, slowness.
And there you go. Those notes work perfectly there. They may be too loud now, but like I said, we're not in the mix part of the song. So I've got some cool synth palettes that I can take just these parts and go throughout the song. And then if somewhere else needs a little bit more or a little bit less, I can add another synth with a different texture that goes with these. And notice too that none of these are getting each other's way. These are the high, airy parts. The second part is kind of a buzzy mid-range part and is also a lower note than these higher airy parts. We're down in an inversion. And then we've got the low. And then, of course, these are just a standout part that should be in front. I could even add to our part here. Let me duplicate Omnisphere again. Bring this down. Let me put the piano part in Omnisphere. And let me see if I can find a cool part to go behind my piano part. What would be a good one? I think I've used this glide before. Let me see. What is this? I love it. It could have worked. It could have not worked. I could try other sounds, but this sounds pretty cool. Now, when you hear a glide on a sound, it kind of means the whoop going into it. Let me show you what that is. A lot of synths have this, and this could be a really cool thing. As I raise the glide, there's more of a whoop glide into it. So anyway, these are the building blocks of building a production. After this, I'll probably go and beef up my drums a little, check out some other parts that need synths, and just keep whittling away until I feel like I've got all the instrumentation that I need and all the programming that I need, and then I'll get into mixing these to be at the appropriate levels. Well, there you go. Open your mind, experiment with different parts and sounds to create depth, emotion, tension, and release. This will also help every section of your song to have its own identity and uniqueness. And always remember to listen for what's not there. Imagine parts that your heroes would play and use that to benefit your own songs and arrangements. Thanks as always for watching. Give me some comment love and a thumbs up below, and hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.